Well, good evening and welcome. I'm Bo Williams. Welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories that are happening right now tonight. Topping the list for us, breaking news as more information just came in about a deadly shooting in Knoxville's Old City. Well, tonight, the person behind that shooting still out there. Our latest bit of information from Knoxville police is that the victim was found beside a box truck following a call about a shooting. That was around 3:20 this afternoon. Police officers finding the body in the 200 block of East Depot outside Knoxville Salvage. By that point, the suspect had already left, driving away from the area. And as we've been telling you, police believe this was not a random shooting, that the victim was targeted. Police are not saying how they know that, pointing to, quote, reasons that remain under investigation. Investigators say the victim was a man. He had been shot at least one time and was pronounced dead at the scene. His name has not been released to the public. This as police try to get in contact now with his next of kin. At this point, investigators have not identified a suspect. Again, they say they are following, quote, active leads. If you have information, call 865-215-7165 so you can help out in this investigation. That is the number, by the way, for East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. You can also reach out online. Big 7 at 7 continues with an update on yet another shooting tonight. Investigators searching for a suspect after one person was injured at a Knoxville motel. Now, this shooting happened this morning at the Econo Lodge in the 5500 block of Merchant Center Boulevard. Officers found a man on the second floor suffering from a gunshot wound. The victim was later taken to a local hospital and is in critical condition, but said to be stable. If you have any information, you need to contact, again, East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers tonight. Well, Tennessee Senate Minority Leader Ramesh Akbari speaking at the White House on state gun violence. Now, this is our next big 7 at 7 for you tonight. Back in March, 6 people were killed during a mass shooting at the Covenant School in Nashville. That included 3 children and 3 adults. Since then, there have been several acts of violence, like the one at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, where 3 people were killed and 1 wounded. Akbari, while in Washington, shares what she thinks can be done now to help reduce gun violence in Tennessee and the country.
It's important because gun violence happens every day in Tennessee, and we need an office dedicated to policies to reduce these incidents. We need an office dedicated to outreach to victims. You know, a lot of people talk about the person who died, but they forget about the family that survived.
She says that while the federal government is doing all it can, Tennessee could do more. 7 at 7 continues with a traffic stop leading to shoplifting arrest. 3 suspects in custody after shoplifting at a Walmart. Jacob Jarno, Dottie Yearwood, Daniel Yearwood were stopped after local authorities noticed a blue and gray Chevy pickup was using an off-road only light on Monday night. During that traffic stop on Highway 30 west of Athens, they noticed that there were tags still on merchandise in the back of the truck. They claimed that they were Christmas shopping, but there was no receipt or shopping bags. Jarno could also be seen wearing a Walmart vest under his coat. Well, after speaking with Walmart management, they said there was video proving that he put it on and then left without paying. Later, the items valued at nearly $1,800 were returned. An unexpected malfunction is our next big 7 at 7 tonight. It means the Knoxville Ice Bears have to postpone their upcoming weekend games, which have been set for this Friday and Saturday. The problem, the chiller that turns the floor of the Knoxville Civic Coliseum into an ice rink, it's not working. No ice means no hockey, obviously, and the team's co-owner says he's very frustrated, pointing tonight to what he claims is a lack of investment by the city of Knoxville. Mike Murray, who's also the general manager and president, says the backup chiller, which should take over in this type of situation, broke in 2022 and the city did not pay to fix it. Well, the chief of staff for Knoxville Mayor India Kincannon, David Bray, says the city is frustrated too, telling us that the management contractor for the Coliseum is working to fix the chiller. He points out that the Coliseum is more than 60 years old and that the city has put more than $15 million into the complex in the past 5 years. By the way, a future date is still to be determined for those postponed games, but tickets purchased for this weekend's games will be redeemable for a new date. The next game, by the way, is scheduled for Friday, December 22nd against Birmingham. Our next big 7 at 7 includes some good news out of UT. The university has seen a steady increase in the number of students staying for a 2nd and 3rd year. The school has achieved now a retention rate this year of 91%. According to Amber Williams, the vice provost of student success, well, they are setting kids up for success better than in years past. UT has implemented initiatives like Vol Success Teams, Veterans Impact Programs, and the UT Success Academy. The national average for retention rate at public schools is 75%. Williams said the current retention rate goes to show just how good of a job they're doing.
Just a proof that every student matters, every interaction matters, and that's what we've been honed in on, is creating this comprehensive experience for each of our students. It's something we're really proud of.
According to Williams, in 2026, the school is planning to have all of the student services located in one building on campus. Follow along with a mail carrier. That wraps up our Big 7 at 7 for you tonight. You think you're busy shopping for the holidays? Try being a mail carrier right now. Eric Shanahan has worked for the post office for 21 years and says in his line of work, the most packages come in December. No shock there, right? He says sometimes carriers come in up to 2 hours early in the morning and make multiple trips during the day to refill their trucks. Shanahan says the work is worth it to be a part of someone's Christmas.
December is obviously the hardest time for us because we have such a large volume of packages, but it's a very rewarding job in the long run because you're delivering love, you're delivering packages that are going to be gifts for Christmas.
Thank you so much. Delivered nearly 12 billion packages last holiday season. So how do carriers make sure all those packages get delivered on time? Well, go to our website, WAT.com, and look for this story to learn more. Morristown-Hamlin Humane Society says that it is now caring for 17 Chihuahuas that police found in a storage unit in Hamlin County. The dogs are now being fostered while an investigation is underway. With this intake, Morristown-Hamlin Humane Society is now at full capacity and not able to take in any more animals at this time. Right now, they say they need donations to keep up with the demand.
Community step up. We are so very thankful and grateful for all of the community members that have donated monetarily, that have donated newspapers and pads and food. We could always use food, especially since we're at full capacity.
Shelter is also asking everyone who has information on why these Chihuahuas were in a storage unit to call the Hamlin County Animal Control at 423-438-7981. Blount County man has pleaded guilty to tax fraud after an investigation showed he failed to report taxable sales of over $70,000. Bruce Lemansky, the former bookkeeper for Art of Cakes in Maryville, was sentenced to 1 year probation in order to pay restitution for the $70,000. Tennessee Revenue Commissioner saying it's a felony to collect sales tax from the public and then fail to remit it to the state. It's a breach of the public's trust.